As I said, I am the proud father of the bride. I am also a newly minted father-in-law. So I'm trying to learn how to fill that role. So I know a lot of you people that are out there have some experience with that. So I'll look to your leadership to help me be better at being able to do that. This is, I've been dreading this moment. Actually, walking Alicia down the aisle, I was thrilled about getting to do, but thinking about talking with all of you and not breaking into a blubbering pool has been like my big fear for the whole week.
Lee was crying during the ceremony.
We'll get through it okay.
So is this guy.
I want to welcome all of you and thank you for attending this celebration of the marriage between Josh Odell Eakright and Alicia Mary Pizzo. A special thank you to Lee Eakright and to Gail Eakright for two things. One, for all of their help, because of all of these great festivities the last couple of days couldn't have come about without their help. And also for their production of the fine young man, Josh.
Yes, absolutely.
I think that in the last 2 days, I've gotten to see more of him in a good way than in the time that I've known him. I've known him to be a person of high values, a person that really cares about the people around him, an extremely talented person. You may have noticed he's actually pretty funny. And he doesn't laugh at me when we golf together, which believe me is a real, as my golfing buddies could tell you, is a real struggle sometimes to not laugh at me when we're golfing. But I think the thing I like the most about him is the fact that he loves my daughter. And you're a professional, man. You know, what I wanted to do is talk a little bit about what it's like to be a parent. And I think that a lot of you know that being a parent is not an easy job. It's one that we do cherish. There's times when we do some things spectacularly well, and sometimes when we do some things really poorly. And there's no real book that tells you exactly how to be the perfect parent. So we do the best job that we can, and we muddle through it, and thankfully all of you and our kids are good examples of if you get enough things right that it actually turns out pretty well. It's said that as parents, our job really is twofold: to provide our children with roots and to also provide them with wings. Roots so that we can give them a basis in life to begin the journey of life, to become the people that they can become. We teach them values, we teach them how to strive, how to be successful. And then it's almost harder to help them grow wings, to become the people that they're destined, truly destined to become, where they can do it on their own, where you're not always having to hold them up, but you do continue to encourage them. And so we're also helping them to get into the position where they can help the next generation also grow their roots and wings. I think that people are talking about the roots and wings only get a part right. And that's that as parents, if we're paying attention, we also learn a lot along the way. And what I want to do is just share a story with you of when Alicia taught me something when she was really...
There you go, he's going to cry.
This wasn't supposed to be this hard. He warned me. He said it's going to be hard. When Alicia taught me something when she was really very young, and what it was she actually taught me how to be a better listener. And remember, I'm a guy, so by definition that means I'm a work in progress. Okay? And what it was, there was two things that you could depend on with Alicia when she was really little. One, she never liked to go to bed because she was always active, running all the time. Yeah, it really hasn't changed any. So she didn't like to go to bed at night, and there was monsters everywhere. So what I wanted to do was share a story with you that I like to call Alicia and There's a Monster in My Closet. And one night when I put her to bed, within a couple of minutes I heard this little voice going, "Daddy, Daddy, there's a monster in the closet." And I was like, oh, God, okay. So monsters don't want to go to sleep. My assumption is this is something that is going to be a lot of fun, right? So I go in and I turn the light on and I go and look in the closet, show her all the stuff with no monster in the closet. She's like, oh, okay. So she goes back to bed. And I leave the room. A couple minutes later, "Daddy, Daddy, there's a monster in the closet." Well, this went on for a while. And so I had one of those less than spectacular parental moments where I went in and said, "If you don't go to bed, you're gonna see monster." So as I was walking out of the room, I turned off the light, I looked to the side, and I about jumped out of my socks because, lo and behold, there was a monster in the closet. And I turned the light on, and what it turned out to be was Alicia had this giant stuffed yellow elephant that had big ears, and I did not know this elephant had glow-in-the-dark paint on it. So the ears had glow-in-the-dark paint, the snout's out, the end of the snout, so it was scary. It had legs sticking out, and had big glow paint on it. So when you turned the light out, it looked like there was some sort of monster hovering in the closet. And here's this poor little 2-year-old kid being scared to death, and her dad's yelling at her. So once I figured out what was going on, I showed her the elephant, took it out, and she went right to bed. And so I always remember that if I would have just taken a little bit of time and talked with her about what was going on then, instead of assuming that she was just trying to be a pain in the butt, that I would have saved her a lot of grief and me a lot of grief. So that was a life lesson that she really gave to me very early on in life. So now why do I tell you this story? I really tell you for 2 reasons. One, I just really like the story. And secondly, my toast would make absolutely no sense at all to you without the background. So if you grab your glasses and toast with me. Alicia and Josh, may you always truly listen to one another. And may all the monsters in your life turn out to be nothing more than fuzzy elephants. Surviving group.